Shout out to Baron Trump. Baron, if you're listening, which I feel like there's an actual percentage chance you might be, your strategy of dad go on this podcast, it'll be sick. It was really fucking good.
You're listening to the Art and War Schizocast with your hosts, Nathan and Lucas. Nathan is a Canadian illustrator and shooter with a couple years of military experience. Lucas is an Irish tech journalist and entrepreneur. Together, they shout into the online void. Enjoy the show.
Yes, I can hear that.
All right, in that case,
right before you.
Here's our fucking starting this, right?
Oh, we're just fucking starting it.
We did it, boys.
We did it.
We're
back.
So
fucking back.
The white man is back, baby. We fucking did it. We fucking did it.
Oh, the guard is going to kick down your door and drag you out.
Let's fucking go. Okay, my country may have passed the draconian hate speech law, but I'm talking in America right now. So we're land of freedom. So we're back. Trump's in. We fucking win. Let's go. All the lives are going into the crystals for a minimum of 15,000 years.
15,000 years, ice crystals.
15,000 years, ice crystals. Yeah, it's going to be beautiful. The best crystals you've ever seen. Just great crystals. You guys are going to love them. It's going to be the best. Let's fucking go.
Oh man, I am so sad you couldn't make the actual. Well,
I
no,
know,
this
dude.
is
So am I. I literally, I fucked up because I just put in like Idaho time, right? And then I was like, okay, I'll get up at 5 a.m. and I can record the podcast. And then it turned out you guys are where you are is like an hour behind the usual Idaho time. So I'm not gonna say where you are, but like it's like an hour behind again. So it was like 4 a.m. you guys were recording, and you were messaging me, and I was just asleep. And then I woke up like, oh fuck.
Oh, like, dude, you are okay. BR sounded like he was going to fucking die. We had him awake at like I don't know what the hell time it was for him, but he was not doing okay. Regardless, here we are. We're making up for it. Quick Schizocast, let's go.
Yeah, let's fucking go. So our boy Donnie T, he won it. He fucking did it.
I did not expect it.
Not only did he win it in a fucking landslide, like absolute landslide. I cannot get over it. Like the results. Like I genuinely thought that I was like there's a high chance he'll win, but I was like it'll be close. Nope, fucking just steamrolled right through.
Dude, I genuinely thought like it's going to be a really really close. Most likely Kamala will win. Barely.
Yeah. I kind of thought the same.
Yeah, it'd just be like another 2020 all over again. And even when Donnie T was winning, I'm just like, oh, this is going to do that thing where last minute, the bar graph jumps up, jumps up just above. But no, it was a fucking landslide.
It's fucking crazy. It honestly makes me worried. I'm suspicious now. They've gone very quiet. I'm expecting his head to explode on TV again. Like, I'm like genuinely fucking worried. I'm like it seems too easy. Like, what's the catch here?
Yeah, 100%. Like, 3 weeks from now, he's going to be on a podium and he's going to get fucking redacted. BR is not here to censor this, and I don't really want anyone to knock at my door, so I'm not going to continue that. But CIA there's a non-zero chance they're just going to fucking kill him.
Yeah, did you ever see that guy who does a Trump impression on TikTok, and he did one right after Trump got like shot, and he's like, "You can take my life, but you can take my ear, but you can't take my liberty. They tried to shoot me in the head. They tried to make my head blow up on TV." He's like, "They got my ear where they don't know is my ears can go back." But it's crazy. But it was just an absolute fucking dog walk through. Like, it was crazy. Like, he just fucking destroyed that shit. But
genuinely didn't expect it.
Who knew?
Every time I've heard the red wave thing, I'm like, nah, dude. Yeah. I'm way too cynical for that happening. And then who knew that happened? Everywhere except Washington. Washington's gay.
The strategy is apparently the winning strategy is just go on like every gay podcast you can imagine and you win. Like, that's apparently it. Like, you just have to go on the Undertaker's podcast and you'll win. Like,
did he actually?
Yeah,
I know he went on like he didn't come on the Art and War, which like we have
honestly based on what I saw, we probably could have got him. Like, straight up.
Probably. That would have been really fucking funny. Like, I kind of support BR's politician embargo. We didn't even bring Brandon Herrera on when he was running for fucking Texas boy, but I would bring Donald Trump on because that would be really fucking funny. And I support the funniest option no matter what.
Exactly. You got to make an exception at that stage, but I was reading the thing. Apparently, there was an active effort to court the WWE community, like the wrestling community, online by his campaign, and it fucking worked. Two of his advisors are like genuine wrestling fans, and their whole thing was like, we're going to get Kane and the Undertaker and we're gonna beat the shit out of fucking Dave Bautista, who's voting Kamala and doing shit for her. So they got him on. They had Kane endorse him because he's the mayor of Knox County, and then they put him on the Undertaker's podcast, and they just did loads of shit with him. And afterwards, they asked like his one of his advisors for a comment, and he was just like, "Dave Bautista is a washed-up dog shit wrestler who was never able to work a fucking mic in his entire life and was had too big of an ego to ever put another younger guy over." And then he left WWE, came back, and realized that he was still too fucking old for this shit, which is why he's not in the Hall of Fame and Donald Trump is. I was like,
so fucking funny.
I was like, this dude fucking knows the lore. He fucking watches this shit. Holy shit.
Did you see that video Dave Bautista did?
Yeah, I'm so gay. Like, and I like Batista. He's an amazing actor. Like, genuinely,
he's an amazing actor, but he needs to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he's clearly a fucking dipshit. You know, like he was.
Who was that video for? I don't
know. It was another attempt, like by like there's clearly an attempt with the Democrats to try and court like a younger male audience, and they were like, Batista, he's a wrestler, he's an actor, he's cool, he's tough. You know, they'll love this. And what they don't get is that like everyone like is like, yeah, Batista's cool, but he's also like clearly extremely homosexual. So like that just doesn't work. Like,
I have liked him in movies though. Like
he's great. He's fucking amazing, dude. But, fucking Knock at the Cabin, fucking incredible.
Yeah, that was really good. What was that other one I saw him in?
Like you said, Blade Runner, still good in Blade Runner. Fucking everything I've seen him in, he's great in. He's really fucking good. But
that whole thing where he's like scripted knocking out a guy, then being like, "Yeah, I'm Dave Bautista. I'm tough. Yeah. Donald Trump is not tough. He's not a real man." Like it felt like not to overuse this like okay buddy cinephile thing. It felt like Idiocracy. It felt like I was being like lowest common denominator pandered to.
He's like, Donald Trump's not tough. And I'm like, oh, listen, man, all I know is I saw Donald Trump knock out Vince McMahon on TV. So, like, I mean, whatever you're going to say here, like, it's just not going to fly. It was fucking weird. But no, the whole, like, the past, like, 2-3 weeks have been fucking crazy. Like, I'm genuinely shocked by the like, how it went. But, I mean, look, I think it's a good move overall. Like even, like, I've noticed this time around, like, even a lot more of my moderate friends are kind of coming around to being like, oh, okay, maybe he's not so bad. You know, like, there's, like, again, I live in gay Europe, so they think he's literal Hitler. But like even now, they're kind of, I think they're seeing less of the media filtering to some degree, and they're actually listening to like shit he's saying and going, "Oh, okay, that kind of makes sense." Yeah. So like, yeah, I don't know. And of course, you still have the ones that freak out and think he's literal fucking Hitler 2.0. But like, you know, there's definitely been a softening I've noticed, and even in America, like people, when I was in Florida, like just before the election. Like, and I know it's Florida's a red state anyway, but like everyone I talked to, it was full on like, yeah, we're all voting Trump, like 100%. Not doing that.
Well, I think he did the smart thing, which was like he shut his fucking mouth for the most part before the election, just to let the Democrats ruin themselves. Like,
and they really fucking did. Like, to be honest, I get this weird vibe that Ron Kamala didn't really want to win. I also kind of subscribe to the theory that Joe Biden actively fucked her campaign. I think Joe, whatever was in Joe, like, you see, like he came out to give like the speech after she lost, and suddenly he was just talking normally, walking totally fine, seemed like fully level-headed. I was like,
I saw that. He's like, yeah, this has been his exit strategy for a fucking minute.
Yeah, I was like, did he fucking Usual Suspects us where he was like pretending to be retarded for like the past like fucking thing? And then he was like, the minute they ousted him, he was just like, you know what, fuck this bitch. And he was just like, came out fully being like the best one he did by far was Tony Hinchcliffe at Madison Square Garden at the Trump rally. He says Puerto Rico's a garbage island or whatever. Democrats are like, we got him, slam dunk. He just called a whole state fucking garbage people. All we're going to do is just hammer that home. Next day, Biden on a Zoom call eating ice creams goes, they're the fucking garbage people. I don't vote for Trump's fucking garbage. And they're like, fuck. We lost it.
Oh shit, fuck. Oh man. Oh dude.
They're just putting on MAGA hats all the time. He's like multiple photos where he's just putting on, smiling at the camera. And I was like, what are you doing? what is going on?
His own party fucked him so hard. I appreciate that, and I subscribe by this idea really hard.
Even his wife wore a fucking bright red suit on the day of election and was like grinning walking to the voting booth. I was like, I think she's voting for Trump.
Oh dude. 100%. Like I don't think Joe Biden has believed a single thing that he's done in the last like 10 years. I know he's a lizard, but at the same time, like there is no way he is actively for the they them.
No, he give a fuck about that. He doesn't know. It's like Shane Gill said, you can't get in Biden's head. He's not in there. You know, like, but like, I think that whatever either they, for that final speech, gave him whatever concoction of drugs that actually made him fucking lucid again, or he just fully came out of his fucking stupor to like briefly be like, I gotcha one last time. You fucked me over. I gotcha.
He was Kaiser Soze this entire time.
Yeah, straight up. But that was fucking sick. That was incredible. But really good.
Sorry, go on.
I had nothing else. Go ahead.
Did you have like European friends just absolutely freaking the fuck out to you? Like, oh, the world's going to end. Everything's changed.
In 2016, I did. This time around, not really. I actually, that's when I really noticed the difference. And like, it wasn't like they were suddenly pro-Trump. They were just kind of like, okay, he's back. Like, there wasn't really like a panic about it. And I think, honestly, I assume it's because they were like, well, he was in last time and it turned out all right. They were like, probably 4 years of bullshit again. Great. But like, they weren't like actively like, oh, we're all going to die. You know, like, whereas in America, like fucking calls like the LGBT suicide hotline were up like 700% and shit.
Oh, dude, what? Someone linked it in the group chat, r/suicide watch. Was immediately just like post. Like, yeah,
some dude executed his whole fucking family and killed himself, and then was like, yeah, some dude full on killed his family and then himself, and then
like the end of The Mist.
Yeah, he literally misted his family, dude. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, again, I also do not understand the like freak out over the LGBT thing when I was like, Trump has never had an issue with that. Like, the only thing he cared about was like not fucking, cutting up kids' dicks. Everything else, he was just like, yeah, it's fine. Like, he fucking held up a pride flag on stage. He does not care.
Yeah,
like,
he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, like, I don't know what they think he's going to fucking do.
Bang hookers and just do Trump things.
Exactly. Yeah, he just wants to be the man. Like, that's it. Like.
And like suddenly now he's a Christ fascist. Like he's going to ban gay people or something.
Oh yeah, fucking Project 2025. They're gonna round them up into milking cages and shit, and like all this shit. Like, I was like, the fuck are you all talking about? That's not happening.
Oh, dude, I said this on the other episode, but I had a friend in Canada message me and just be like, oh, everything's worse now. I'm really worried as a woman. Like I'm really worried a Trump supporter's just going to rape me. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And she replies with, well, I don't know how these people respond. It's like, I think it's a really weird place where 30% of the population genuinely thinks that the other 30% of the population is going to like rape and murder them.
I was like, that seems like a bit of a fantasy event to me, dude. Like, you gotta calm down. Like, what have you been reading? She's reading some weird subreddits. I feel like
she's reading some weird shit.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, that's insane. I've seen that too. Like, as well, like, I've seen people freaking out over like the abortion thing, and I'm like, do I have to bring out the all caps Trump tweet again, where he is literally like, I will never support a federal ban on abortion. I would veto it if they tried. Like, all it is a state's decision. And like, even in Europe, I've seen people doing this, right, where they're like freaking out over like abortion rights and stuff. And I pointed out that like literally every state in America has more liberal abortion laws than any country in Europe, any single one.
Yeah.
So I was like, so what the fuck are you all talking about? Like, they're literally, every state is better than you. What are you talking about?
It's wild to me. And like how far the propaganda went. It's like, oh yeah, we're going to get rounded up and put into cages. It's literally going to be, what's that show with the women in the hoods?
Yeah, Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah. Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you're not that special, lads. Like, that's not happening to you. No one cares about you.
Yeah. like 4 years of nothing, and then in the next 4 years, everyone's going to forget how little happened.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But shout out to Baron Trump. Baron, if you're listening, which I feel like there's actual percentage chance you might be, your strategy of dad go on this podcast, it'll be sick. It was really fucking good. It worked really well. Great job.
That was clever. Another thing I think was clever was he got into bed with all the like small government, moderate liberty people kind of last minute, like RFK, Ron Paul. Yeah,
dude. Even the crypto people, like the Bitcoin push, was like a fucking genius idea. Like, talking about bringing crypto in and shit. Like, that was like such a smart subsection to really like focus on. Like, they're small, but they're fucking like loud, So I think that was a really smart move.
Yeah, that and what was it? What was it that they did? Kind of fucking Ross Ulbricht.
Yeah, shit like that. That was a really good idea. In comparison, the Democrats were like, do you know who we should fucking roll out? Liz Cheney. People love her. Like,
they brought in a bunch of like neocons and warhawks and all of these weird establishment people that no one gives a fuck about, and also it's Hollywood, insane. Which no one gives a fuck about.
Yeah, like dude, the Kamala's campaign raised over $1 billion, and they're 20 million in debt. And I'm like,
what?
Wow. Like, what the fuck?
Who picks up the bill on that? Do they just print 20 million more while they still can?
Do you know what's hilarious is that Trump offered to help cover some of it. He was like, "Our
Yeah,
campaign was run so well, we have money left over. Do you want some help?" I was
that's so
like,
fucking funny.
that's so incredible. But yeah, no, I'm shocked, but very happy as to how it turned out. So that's all my official election shit.
I'm loath to talk about politics, but I find it very fun to talk about it in retrospect. That's all my election shit too. I feel like it was kind of the best case scenario. As much as I'm like, oh yeah, black flag, I'm not going to vote, and I didn't, and I don't care.
Yep.
This is the funniest outcome, and my political stance has now shifted to I will support the funniest outcome always.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah, I have you to thank for a lot of that.
that's been my opinion on most things for a long time. Funniest thing possible. Let's see it
Yeah,
happen.
but it's like balls early there for you. So let's get into some quick. Lucas is on the Schizocast. Let's pick his brain about fucking media because you have good taste for
Thank
a
you.
minute before I let you go to bed.
All I've been doing lately is I'm getting really into making gay versions of songs again. Uh, and my girlfriend's moved in and she does not appreciate it. And I've just been every time she just sings a song, I off the dome just immediately try and make it as gay as I possibly can. She was like humming the Scooby Doo soundtrack the other day. And so I just started like loudly walking around singing, "What's up, Scooby Doo? I'm gonna come in you. I'm gonna fuck your canine ass," and shit like that. Like, um, so just that's mainly what I've been up to. What about you?
Honestly, dude, just same fucking thing. I just had a lazy weekend where I forced myself to not work and just binged movies, and
Sick.
I feel better for it. I feel like I've shoved myself into a media hole like a good little normie or whatever you want to call it. I watched The Substance. That was good. That was like
Dude, I
unironically
saw that
fucking
in
good.
theaters. Me and my girlfriend went to see that in theaters, right? And we
Yeah.
left and we were gonna go shopping afterwards, and we were walking around and we were like, I feel weird. I need to go home. We were both like, that was like the most jarring experience. I loved it. It was a fucking
Oh
amazing
yeah,
movie.
no, it was
But
fantastic.
I was like, that is easily the most jarring experience I've had in theaters in years. Like that did something to my brain chemistry.
Yeah, no, it was really, really good, and I just like the word substance. I'm like, I'm going to put my
Same.
substance in you. I'm going to inject you with my substance. I've been using it
Yeah.
in basically every situation where I just have a noun. It's kind of like the word Smurf for me now.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
No,
no, I really liked it. I don't really want to like spoil too much of it, other than Debbie Moore is still hot at
yeah, she
61
is.
somehow.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like before I went, my friend was like, "Man, there's so much like tits in it. You're gonna love it." And then I left, and I was like, "You're right. There was so many tits, and none of it was attractive. Like I was
yeah,
not turned on at any point."
100%. It was meant to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, like I was like everything was like either disgusting or was like done like hospital room sterile type of nudity. There was no like
Yeah,
attractive shit at all.
yeah,
But
and that was entirely the point. It must have been.
100%, 100%. Like it
Yeah,
was really fucking good. Like I really
yeah.
enjoyed it.
I'm
Um,
surprised they got like such a big Cronenberg style body horror into theaters,
Yeah, same, dude.
like in
Like I was
2024.
blown away, especially the fucking ending. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was genuinely shocked they managed to get that like in like a mainstream like release.
Yeah.
But I thought it was great. I really fucking enjoyed it. I saw Terrifier 3 on opening
Yes. How
night.
did you like it? How do you like it?
Fucking loved it. It was funny because I went with my friend who's really into it. Like he's seen all of them, big slasher fan. He loves like the Scream movies and shit. So he was really hyped. And then my girlfriend who did a Terrifier 1 and 2 double feature of her own accord.
Really?
So yeah, so she was
Keeper.
kind of into it. And then my buddy who had no idea what they were about, had not seen any of them whatsoever, and didn't know what was going on. And before we went, I warned him repeatedly. I was like, "Listen, it was Joycey. You know Joycey. It was Joycey.
I
Joycey."
fucking
And I
love
was like,
Joycey. I wanted to bring
yeah, I was
Joycey
like,
on. No one will understand a word he says, but I want to bring him on.
yeah, we do gotta get him on. But I was like, listen, you don't have to go. Like, it's gonna be fucked up. Like, I know you're not like a huge fan of like horror movies. And he's like, "Ah, sure. Is it worse than Saw?" And I was like, "Yes, it's much
Yes.
worse than Saw." And he was like, "Oh, it'll be grand." And so half the movie was just me, and he was in between me and my other buddy Steven, and we just kept looking at him to see his reaction to shit. And like, it was the funniest fucking thing ever. It was
Tell me.
incredible film.
I
It
want
just
to
like
see how Joycey took this.
he was just like he was focusing very heavily on his popcorn for a lot of the movie. At points, like something could happen, I'd look at him and he'd just be looking into the corner of the theater, just not at the screen. But it was great. I really enjoyed it. It's just like ridiculous, over the top gore. But like I just think your man that plays Art the Clown, David Howard Thornton, is just
Yeah,
like
I
one of
love
the
him.
best physical actors I have ever seen. The dude is phenomenal.
Yeah, dude, I saw a video of him doing a Joker monologue, and he did a really good
Same.
job. Sounds like
He's really
Mark
good.
Hamill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really, really good. I like he's actively said he'd love to play the Joker and like the DCU. And I don't think he'll ever get that shot, but like I actually wouldn't hate him for that at all. I think he'd be really good.
Yeah, I think it'd
Um,
be fantastic. And he kills it as Art the Clown.
oh, he's so good. He's
Yeah,
so
that
funny.
movie started at 100. I heard that a lot of studios, because of the success of the last one, are like, hey, we will give you money. And they turned it down because,
Yeah.
all of them had rules. And I appreciate a movie that doesn't have rules.
It's like the highest earning like unrated film ever.
I love that. I fucking love that.
Yeah, it's so fucking sick. It's so cool. But no, I really enjoyed it. What else? Do you watched Deadpool and Wolverine, didn't you?
Yes. Yesterday or the day before that. And, like, I'm really cynical about cape shit these days. As you know,
Yeah.
cape shit generally hasn't been good in a while. And
Yeah.
I'll absolutely admit, like, I liked Iron Man. I liked the era
Same.
of like gold movies where you like go in and you sit down and you kind of know what you're going to get. And
Yeah.
it's formulaic, but it's not bad. And they pick all these small directors who haven't really had a shot at anything. They're like, hey, make whatever the fuck you want. Just like fit it
Yeah.
within these parameters and don't have any cocaine on the screen.
Yeah.
They can talk about it, but they can't do it. No booger sugar
Yeah.
actively
Yeah.
being done on screen. And I loved that era, and then it turned all gay.
Yeah.
It turned all
Honestly, like I think everything was pretty okay up until after like Infinity War and Endgame and stuff. Like after that, it was just like they were still trying to do like the shared universe thing, and then they also were branching out into TV, and they were trying to make the TV show plot lines intersect with the main ones. And, like it was just a bit of a fucking mess.
yeah, and then everyone stopped watching it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like
Yeah, it turned into a Tumblr thing. And I remember the moment where I was watching it, and like I am not one of those people who's like, oh, a black person in a movie, and like I feel like we talk about this a lot, and
Yeah.
like gets mad and smashes the TV. It's like I don't care. It's so like if you write it well, you're not
Yeah.
going to think about or care about who the protagonist is.
Do you know why I think this is? I've been thinking about this because you and me are the same in that way, right? And
Yeah.
I honestly think that a huge part of it is that we actually read comic books, and so as a result, we're not purists because
Yeah.
we're like, oh, it has to follow this comic book. We understand that like the comics change fucking constantly,
Yeah,
and there's always new versions, and there's always new writers, and so we're kind of like when something turns up on a screen, we're just like, oh, whatever, yeah, this is a new version of it, whatever. I'll see what it's like. If it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
If it's bad, whatever. So like we're not freaking out because it doesn't follow the fucking comic exactly. Whereas people that only watch the movies, this is probably like, say for instance, like say Joker, right? So people are very upset about Joker 2 and thought it was bad or whatever, right?
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
haven't watched it. I'm not going to.
yeah, it's fair, but like it's like for me, I was just like, oh well, if it's bad, okay, like whatever. I'm still gonna read the character of the Joker like next week in the new issue of Batman. But
Yeah.
people that only watch the movies, that's the only chance they're gonna get to see Joker as a character for another probably like fucking like 5 years.
Yeah.
So like for them, it's like higher stakes if it's not what they are expecting. Whereas I'm just like, well, I'm gonna see him, I'm gonna read him again in this fucking solo series just out on DC. So
Yeah.
like I think that's kind of part of it. So like that as well. You've read a lot of comics and shit like that, so you're just like, yeah, this is a new take. Whatever they do, new takes all the time. Might be good, like
Yeah.
bad, whatever.
I care a lot more about whether it's good, like objectively as media. And like my litmus test for is this good is do I give a shit about what happens to the characters?
Yeah, that's a good litmus
like,
test. Yeah,
like even if it's written like the comics, even if it's not written like the comics, it's like no. Do they have an arc? Do I care? Like do I have like a cold passive indifference to what happens to this character because he's like an inch deep? Or in the situations like the Punisher, where you've got a character that's not very deep, you just write all the characters around him really well.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
That's very prevalent in what's called Garth Ennis's Punisher Warzone. You know, like Punisher himself is kind of just he's like the linchpin of the series, being the Punisher, but the stories are really about all the other people he comes across and the various situations of the people that he comes across are in and all that shit.
Yeah, he's just a force.
They're way deeper. Yeah, exactly. He's a force of nature. But yeah, no, like so what did you think though of Deadpool and Wolverine, like overall?
I really enjoyed it. I do like kind of, not to spoil too much, the fact that it was very clearly a bit of a passion project, like a lot of a passion project, being like a I see people being like, oh, it was Cameo, the movie. Oh, the whole thing was basically, just like nostalgia bait. And I understand that, but at the same time, I see a lot of people getting upset about the concept of what's it, anchor characters. It's like, okay, if you lose
Yeah.
your anchor character, your universe collapses. And I see fucking tards online scream about like, oh, that's the dumbest concept ever. It's like, this is clearly just about Disney. This is just
Yeah.
clearly about like the act of like, okay, your main character in a universe dies, then that film franchise dies. This is about
Yeah.
franchises. This is meta commentary. Take fucking media literacy 101. I'm totally jerking
Yeah.
myself off here, but like
No, it's
I
not even
hate to be
subtle.
as fucking
Like,
cinephile about Deadpool versus Wolverine of all fucking movies, but
you're completely
it's
right though. They're not even subtle about that. Like I
yeah,
thought that was a very easy concept to understand. I also I think what people don't get as well is like when they're like, oh, but what's this going to mean for future movies? Well, it's like, well, they'll just fucking ignore it.
yeah,
They'll just they can write whatever the fuck they want. So
yeah.
they're like, well, what if this character dies? Well, they'll figure out a way to fucking bring them back or some shit. This is another thing in the comics as well. Everyone gets upset when characters die, and I'm like, every
They'll
X-Men
be
has
back
died
in
like
3 issues. Like,
yeah, straight up. It's like every X-Men has died like 50 times over. They make jokes about it in the comics.
yeah,
It's a so like who gives a fuck? But like, yeah, no, I totally get what you mean. I think like the lack of like understanding of like how this shit works is crazy to me. But no, I enjoyed it too. I thought it was good. Like, I mean, I also it's out on Disney Plus in like literally a week, so I don't really give a fuck about spoilers anymore.
yeah. You know, fair
It's
point.
it's been
I
out for
watched it
fucking
on
ages,
Plex,
but
so it was
yeah,
very
exactly. It's up
solid.
there anyway. Yeah. So it's yeah. Like I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought some of the cameos and shit were good. Like honestly, my favorite one was fucking bringing back Wesley Snipes as Blade. That was like the one that got
Yes.
like, the most
Oh
auto
man.
oh shit for me in the
Oh,
theater.
the moment he's like, "Oh, these motherfuckers still trying to ice skate uphill,"
Yeah.
I just died.
Yeah, dude, I was like openly fanboy. I didn't give a fuck. I was like,
Yeah.
this is sick. This is great. I love this. And also fucking what's his name? Channing Tatum as Gambit. And what I like about
Yes.
that
I,
is that
I,
is
yeah.
go ahead.
His fucking accent had changed scene to scene.
So
Like, who's your
funny.
vocal coach? The Minions? I fucking
Yeah.
died. Like,
Dude, so like my favorite thing about that, right, is like, you know, Deadpool got made because basically Ryan Reynolds leaked the fucking test footage and then it got really popular online. They gave it a small budget and then it was like incredible and like it worked really well.
yeah,
He basically did the same thing with this. Is Channing Tatum was cast as Gambit literally like fucking over 10 years ago, and they
yeah,
just never made a movie with him or never put him in anything. And he's been
yeah,
trying to get the character like done properly for years. So Ryan Reynolds put him in this, and now the other day he was like, "Yeah, Disney's incredibly interested in Channing Tatum as Gambit due to the fan reaction." And I was like,
yes,
"Yeah, there you go." So he's doing the same thing. He's like giving him a leg up and giving him a chance to be the character he's always wanted to be. You know?
yeah. And the idea of like an R-rated movie, like
Yeah,
not just more. Like, I think the best thing for Disney would be to go back to the original formula, but
yeah,
allow even more freedom, which is like everything got really gay when it became really corporate. When they were
yeah.
just like picking nobody directors out of like who had 2 indie movies out of their belt, and they're like, "Hey, here's a character, do whatever the fuck you want." That was a golden era of like actually somewhat decent mainstream media.
Even the
Um,
first Iron Man didn't have a finished script when they started shooting. Like John Favreau was like, we literally don't have time to shoot a script. I'm bringing in Downey Jr. and Jeff Bridges for 2 weeks, and we are just going to get really good at improv over the course of the next 2 weeks. And the first Iron Man movie did not have a full fleshed out script. It like didn't have dialogue and shit.
yeah, and it was good. It was
It's
punchy.
great. I fucking love Iron Man. Iron Man 1 is fucking sick.
Yeah,
Like, but yeah, I know it just annoys the fuck out of me. Like I gotta be react to this stuff now, but like yeah, it's I think it's hopefully this is a good sign of things to come. The only criticism I might have is that I genuinely do think that Hugh Jackman might be getting a bit old to continue being Wolverine, but I'm sure they've got a plan for that in the future too.
yeah.
Um, I love seeing all the variants. I love seeing Cavill as Wolverine, Henry Cavill as
Oh,
Wolverine.
Cavalry.
Yeah, the Cavalry, that was fucking
Yeah.
sick.
Fucking 5'3" comic accurate Wolverine.
Yeah, that was
God.
great. I love
Yeah.
that. But yeah, no, like it's just it's interesting to see where they're going to go with it now. But I was pretty happy with the film overall. I was in a movie with the guy that plays the main bad guy in that.
Fucking what?
Or a TV show I was in with him. Fucking, you know,
Oh, the British guy?
yeah, the
Paradox.
British guy. Yeah. That's what's his name? Fucking, he was in Succession. He was Tom Bombaguzins, and
He was
he
good.
Matthew McFadden.
Yes.
Yeah, I was in a show with him called Ripper Street,
Dude,
and
that's awesome.
he was really really nice. And like I was like not bothering him when we were there and shit. But then he played Mr. Darcy in the Pride and Prejudice film with Keira Knightley, and my mother had like the biggest crush on him possible. So I, at the end of the day of shooting, I was like, fuck it. And I walked up to him with a piece of paper and a pen. I was like, hey, look, I'm really sorry to bother you, but my mother's like your biggest fan of you as Mr. Darcy. If I didn't ask you like for an autograph, like she'd fucking kill me. And he just goes, what's her name? And I was like, I told her name, and he goes, hold on. And he takes the paper and pen, and he writes her a love letter as Mr. Darcy, and then signed it at the end.
That is the nicest fucking thing. I love
Yeah.
that. I love when people don't get holier than thou, especially in Hollywood.
Yeah, he was cool as fuck. I really liked him, and I thought he was great in the movie. I really liked him in Deadpool and Wolverine. I thought he was great.
Yeah, he was fantastic. He was funny as shit.
I did watch Joker too.
What did you think? I know enough about it to not want to watch it, which
It's I kind of I feel like there's a few ways to look at it. In one regard, it could be. Do you remember the Matrix Resurrections, the most recent one they did?
yes.
That was like a very clear fuck you to Warner Brothers.
Yes.
I think it might be that. I think it might have
That's
been
kind of the consensus, I think. Like
yeah, I think Todd Phillips didn't want to do a sequel, and they insisted because the first one made like $1 bajillion, and they're like, you have to
Yeah.
do another. So he was like, all right, I'm just gonna get like really fucking weird with it and do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Overall, I when I was watching it, I didn't like hate it the way some people do. Like some people like were like freaking out, and I was just kind of like, again, this might be comic book brain. It might be that I'm just like, yeah, whatever. The fucking, I guess it's another fucking movie or whatever. It's not the real.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like the main Joker of the fucking canon or whatever. So who gives a fuck? But like, I thought it was. I thought Joaquin Phoenix was very good. I think the whole
he's a
film
fantastic
really.
actor.
Yeah, if you do end up watching it, the framework I would think when watching it is that this film doesn't actually have the Joker in it. It has Arthur Fleck, and he's back to
Yeah.
being Arthur Fleck. The Joker was a singular moment of him snapping, and he's spending most of the movie trying to go back to being that, but he's not able to because that's not who he is. So like,
You know what? I like that. That does actually put it in a.
he spends a lot of the movie like people talking about Joker and like people like hyping him up and shit. And then he's a few scenes like where there's a not really a spoiler, there's a courtroom scene where he's just dressed as Joker, and he's very clearly trying to act like how he thinks Joker should act, and it just comes across really forced, and then he kind of breaks down. And I was like, yeah, I think this is just meant to be that like that moment was. It kind of goes back to the one bad day thing a little bit, right? It's instead of one bad day, it's one bad moment, where it's like he finally snapped and had one bad moment where he fucking shot your man in the head in the first movie, and that then caused a whole movement of people that like were, you know, adored him and thought he was this like incredible like rebellious character and all, and in reality he's just a fucking loser. And even when he's trying to go back to being that Joker character, it's not who he is. But then of course I get the criticisms of it too. There was the if you do not watch it if you don't like musicals. Unfortunately, I was raised on musicals, so I do.
Honestly,
I didn't mind
me
those
too.
scenes.
This is going to alienate some people. I fucking love a good musical. I don't care.
Same, dude. I don't give a fuck. So like the musical sections really didn't bother me. Like I had some friends be like, every fucking few minutes of song is fucking dog shit. I was like, yeah, I was like, this is cool. Like I don't care. But like one of my favorite movies is fucking
actually really good.
Yeah, one of my favorite films is fucking La La Land, dude. Like I love that shit.
Yeah,
so,
I think it's important to just to be like, and I saw a friend of mine this weekend who, like, we just had a conversation. He's a bit younger. He's a young adult. And he's like, oh yeah, like I hate anime. I hate music. So and so. I'm like, my guy, these are entire ass genres. Like you're just discounting an entire genre because one, you've probably met some really insufferable people who like it, or two, because you aren't open-minded enough to admit like something good can be in this.
Yeah, it's like you can't compare like Berserk to fucking like, you know, Naruto,
like
you know, like or Chobits or some shit. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not the fucking same.
Yeah, like all because you met some like weird kids who like had an anime club when you were in high school doesn't mean you should cut out this entire genre of like content from an entire ass country.
Yeah, exactly. When it comes, like, even when it comes to musicals, for people I know that don't like it, I'm always like, at least give like Sweeney Todd a shot, right? The Johnny Depp one.
I fucking love Sweeney Todd.
A fucking great movie. Like, I think most people I know, who even those who don't like musicals, will say like, yeah, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, dude, I've seen it live. It's fantastic.
Me too. It's great. But yeah, it's so I don't know. Like again, so I know like people were angry again. Fuck spoilers. I don't care about spoilers. Fuck you. I'm gonna if you haven't seen it, I'm still gonna talk about it. The one of the big things here were like, oh, like Joker gets raped in it. I think he does. I actually think he does get raped. It's kind of left ambiguous, but I think it's pretty close that he does. But again, that's only would really bother you if you're still seeing him as Joker. I don't think he is Joker in the movie. He's Arthur Fleck, the fucking loser, and that's exactly something that would happen to Arthur Fleck, the loser, in the first movie. And I think that's kind of the angle I would take on it. And yeah, I mean, like, it just overall, it wasn't like it was 10 out of 10 or anything like that. I thought it was fine. You know, I was pretty all right. I might be going to see Heretic tomorrow. I really want to see that. It's a new Hugh Grant
Oh, the
one.
new A24 movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
It
I
looks
really
great.
want to watch that. Probably in the next couple days. I think I haven't been to like since I moved to fucking Bumblefuck, Idaho. I've been to the theater probably 3 or 4 times since I in the last year and a half, 2 years,
Yeah.
and I feel bad. I really like the theater. It's just an experience, just something to do, and
Oh,
you
something
know,
I watched that I feel like you specifically would enjoy. I started watching this TV show. It's called The Franchise, and it's like it's a series about people making what is basically like a Marvel movie. And a few of the guys in it are actually have been in Marvel movies and shit. Richard E. Grant is in it. And it's kind of just like it's a comedy. Like it's basically about like what a shit show these sets are and stuff. And it's yeah, I really enjoyed it.
ignore your phone. I just texted you the name of it, so I
Yeah,
have it
that's cool.
written. I'm so bad for that. If I need to remember something, I will just text it to someone who will hold me accountable.
Yeah, like I watched the first episode the other day and I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good. Like they just like they basically make fun of like how fucking like there's like these like dog shit like sets, like blue screen sets. There's these guys dressed like fish people. Then like a producer comes in and is like, yeah, we got a bit of a problem. They killed the fish people off in the last movie that they're doing that's coming out before this one. So no fish people. And they're like, we've shot half the movie. We've shot half the movie. And he's like, yeah, but you gotta change it. Just mocap it. It's good. And they just have like dudes in like green screen suits. Actually, Daniel Bruhl's in it, who was Zemo in fucking Avengers and shit.
I liked him. I liked him.
Yeah, he's cool. He's and he plays the director, and he's
Yeah.
like he's like German or whatever, so he's like playing this like super dark German director, kind of like he actually references Werner Herzog at one point,
I
and
love that.
and then they're like, we're not making a fucking Werner Herzog movie here, like but
Yeah, we're
it's
making cape shit.
exactly, yeah, but it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. It's kind of a funny take on it.
I
It's
will
enjoyable.
actually probably start that the minute we're done on this because I'm kind of on a media kick as of the last couple
I
days.
think you
And
like it. It's fun.
yeah,
Also, if you haven't, you have got to watch The Penguin. The Penguin is one of the best TV shows I've ever seen.
I've heard it's really good, and they've got that kind of goth looking lady that I really like.
Yeah, Kristen Milotti, she's fucking
Yeah,
amazing.
not Helena
Man,
Bonham Carter because that's who my mind immediately jumped to. But
no, dude,
yeah,
it
I've
is.
heard she just chews the scenery. She's fantastic.
She's incredible, and literally give Colin Farrell every fucking award possible. The dude is fucking phenomenal. Like
Yeah,
it is. The finale episode is currently rated as one of the highest rated TV shows in IMDb ever, with a 9.7.
holy shit.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
I might watch that. I really really enjoyed him in the new Batman, the one with Sparkle Boy.
they
Robert
they they
Pattinson.
they they let him off the leash in this one. So like the Batman was like a PG-13 movie, and this is like an R-rated TV show. So he has to be the same character, just with like no fucking filter and shit. Like it's really really good.
I love that. I like James Gunn. Isn't he the
Me too.
CEO
He is. He's the
DC right
CEO of
now?
DC right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think he's doing a good job. And apparently, the new Superman trailer is going to come out soon. I'm looking forward to that.
yeah.
I think he'll do a good job.
I think so too. I really like his older movies. Like I grew up on kind of Trauma and
Same.
like The Toxic Avenger and all
Slither,
like Slither. Slither is like one of
dude.
my favorite movies.
I fucking
Um,
love Slither, dude. That movie's fucking amazing.
yeah, that like low budget fucking like splatterpunk kind of like first Trauma and then getting into the medium budget stuff. Brightburn I actually really liked, even though a lot of people
Me too.
didn't. Like, yeah, like the whole concept was what if Superman was actually just like evil and fucked up as a
Which
child?
again, like I think we like that because we've seen that in like comics already. We've both read
Yeah,
Irredeemable. We've read
yeah, Invincible.
Injustice. Invincible. Yeah, like so. There's like a doctor really interested to see how that trope's played out.
Yeah, no,
Um,
me too. It's like an entire genre at this point, and seeing different people's takes on it is
dude,
really
I
good.
think Irredeemable might be one of the most overlooked comics ever. I fucking
Yeah, you
love
don't
that.
hear about it. I
You
wonder
never
if
hear
like
about it.
Amazon will pick it up for an adaptation or something, kind of like Invincible was. I never
You
expected
should.
Invincible to get a comic. I mean,
Yeah, like,
a show.
I think Irredeemable is like probably the best evil Superman story out there. Personally, like I know Invincible is pretty close to it, but like I love Invincible, but like Irredeemable is just so much darker. And I
Yeah,
kind of like that it was like its own universe of superheroes and shit too. Like it was just done really well. I really liked Irredeemable.
yeah.
Um,
It was short too.
yeah, but
Yeah, and
yeah.
I
What else
appreciate
have I watched?
when media doesn't give a fuck about killing characters.
Same.
Like oh cool, you have a beloved person who's really obviously meant to be I don't know like beloved DC property Wonder Woman or something,
Yeah.
and then they immediately just kill her, like they turn her into her face. I'm
The
like,
like
oh shit.
opening of Irredeemable, so it's kind of a spoiler. The opening is like their universe version of Batman just getting fucking like giga fried,
Annihilated.
is family murdered in front of him. Like it just
Yeah,
like incredibly brutal.
yeah.
But yeah, I love Daredevil. But yeah, fucking what else is there? I got like 10 minutes where I have to go, but like what else can we go over this? We've done movies, we've done
We
comic
have gone
books.
down a movie autism thing.
Yeah, we did fucking I did some gay songs.
Yeah,
We did the election.
yeah. Just like stuff in our lives, I guess. Just you update on you, which probably hasn't been a ton of stuff. Dude, I saw The Mist the other day. Not to get back into movies, I
Love this.
rewatched it for the first time in ages. You know, it's directed by fucking Frank Darabont.
Yep, director Frank Darabont, and he also directed a black and white version of it. Apparently, he wanted to shoot it in black and white initially, and they wouldn't let him. So on the DVD extras is a full black and white version of it. It looks incredible.
Dude, that would actually be amazing.
Yeah, it's actually really sick. Yeah, I love The Mist. Mist is a fucking great movie.
Yeah, but that explains a lot. Like what with his other movies, like the Shawshank Redemption and
Yeah,
hell, The Walking Dead, even. Like
I was gonna say
I like
actually, one of the crazy like kind of preacher guy in The Mist is in the first like 2 seasons of The Walking Dead.
Wait, what?
The kind of crazy preacher guy, older dude in the Mist. He's in like the first 2 seasons of The Walking Dead as well.
Holy
He,
shit!
like Frank
I did.
Frank Darabont brought him over. But
I never actually put that together. I really liked The Walking Dead when it was coming out.
me too. I love the first
Yeah.
like probably like 2 seasons that were really good, and then I was
Yeah.
kind of okay.
Did you ever have that phase when you were growing up of like zombie preparedness?
Oh yeah. I read the
Yeah,
Zombie
like
Survival
I've had
Guide
that
back
in
to
like
cover.
fucking adulthood. Sorry?
Yeah, dude, same. I read the Zombie Survival Guide like 7 times over. I like fucking had go bags and shit prepared. I love that shit.
Yeah. Dude, my mind jumps to I met him, Max
Oh, Max
Brooks. I think
Brooks?
I've brought this up on this show. Yeah, super, super nice guy.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah, I went to talk to him and Garth Ennis. They're both super nice. And someone walked up to Max Brooks and with a poster from the World War Z movie.
Yeah.
And Max Brooks looked him dead in the eye, signed it, and said, "I'm so sorry. I had nothing to do with this."
I don't know how they fucked that up so badly because like World War Z is such a good book that like is so realistic, and then they were like,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what? These zombies should act like a fucking like weird insect hive mind.
Yeah. Like I genuinely think that like it's one of those properties that was super popular and
Yeah.
it just got like gay and corporatized.
I think the problem is that World War Z is actually perfect for like a low budget adaptation where like it's just each chapter basically shot on its own as like a diary entry. But instead they were like, well, we have like $200 million in Brad Pitt, so this is gonna be big. And so they
Yeah.
just like wrote a whole new movie with that name on it.
Yeah. Which is a very Hollywood thing to do,
Yeah.
realistically. I
But
like to think we're kind of moving away from that, but I also don't know.
I think in general adaptations are usually a little bit closer now. I think they realize that fans are kind of like they're more vocal these days. So generally, I find that they tend to be slightly more accurate. But yeah, every now and then you still get like something that's just a name copy pasted on and nothing else.
Yeah.
But it took me way too long to realize that Max Brooks is the son of Mel Brooks.
Fucking what?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
his dad's Mel Brooks, dude.
I
Fucking Young
did.
Frankenstein.
It's kind of funny on how has he done anything in a while, like Max Brooks?
I don't think he has really.
Max Brooks is born in 1972, known for World War Z. Well, that kind of sucks.
He wrote
That's the
a
last
book in
movie.
2020.
No, he did the Great Wall with fucking the guy.
Oh.
The guy. What's his face?
He wrote a Minecraft book.
Yeah, Matt Damon. Poor guy. I hope he's doing well. I hope Max Brooks, if you hear this, don't tickle yourself.
Well, in 2023, he wrote a book called Minecraft: The Village, which is an original story in the Minecraft trilogy written by Max Brooks. So
Well, as long as he's doing well.
he's getting that Minecraft money, bro. He should hopefully he's okay.
Yeah.
I feel like he would have been a really good comic writer. I don't know why he didn't do more comic shit.
Honestly, yeah. I read a really good comic the other day that I think you'd actually enjoy.
Yeah.
It's called Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees.
Beneath the
It's,
trees
it's
where
like
nobody
a
sees.
crime thriller. Like you know BoJack Horseman, like
Yeah.
how that has a really dark plot, but the whole bit behind BoJack
Oh, I like
Horseman is
this.
like it's just juxtaposed behind like cute animals. That's the idea, to take away from how depressing the plot really is.
Oh, this is sick. I love this.
Yeah, I've been wanting to recommend this to you on a call for fucking ages, but
Oh, I gotta check this out. This looks amazing.
it's like 6 issues long and it's really fucking good.
That looks sick. I'm definitely watching that. Another suggestion actually for me on comics, Plastic. Read Plastic.
I am looking it up right now. Oh fuck yeah, I know this. I haven't read it, but
It's so
it's
good.
dark. Yeah,
Yeah, it's really fucking good though. I also, the art in it is incredible. I love Plastic. It's really fucking good.
yeah.
I've been reading another one. Hold on. There's another what's his name? Chip Zdarsky. He wrote like some really good Daredevil
Yes.
shit and some really good Spider-Man stuff. He has a comic called Public Domain, and again, it's kind of meta. It's about like a guy who was a comic artist, and he created he and his writer friend created this like incredibly popular superhero character. And the long and short of it is like the dad never got credit for it, and but the son's trying to help him get credit for this comic, and then they end up like kind of booting the comic because it turns out that your man legally owns the rights to like the name of the comic, but the company that made it, or the writer guy, went full corporate. Now like a big DC style company owns it. It's about like these like small upstart comic guys trying to like make their version of the comic to fight against the like big companies. It's pretty good.
I really like meta commentary done
Yeah.
from the perspective of people who've actually worked in this industry, because there's a lot of truth in how these industries work. It's actually
Yeah.
like one of my favorite subsets of media, which is part of why I want to watch the franchise so much, because
Yeah,
like,
it's really good.
Yeah, you can tell it's made by people who've probably. And what was that show about game developers working on this World of Warcraft style?
Yeah, fucking Mythic Quest.
Mythic Quest. Yeah,
that
with
was great.
the Always Sunny in Philadelphia people.
Yeah,
I
that was
really
fucking great.
enjoyed that, because you could tell a lot of that was written by people who work in the game industry and are kind of
Even the TV show Silicon Valley. Mike Judge worked in Silicon Valley for like 20 years or some shit before he wrote King of the Hill.
Yeah, they're genuinely just working on their experiences. Like they're writing about a dramatized version of the shit that they had to go through.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I really like that too.
Yeah. But dude,
I also still will give them fucking credit for The Matrix Resurrections, even if it wasn't a great movie.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
I actually enjoyed that movie. Yeah.
So did I. And like I loved the meta shit with it, dude. I thought it was great. The fucking scene where your man is like, yeah, well, Warner Brothers wants to make another Matrix, so they're gonna do it with or without us. So you in or you out. I'm like, this is great. I love this.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a big fuck you to the money people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but, I actually really appreciate that.
Megalopolis just got added to Plex, and I haven't seen it yet. I gotta watch that.
I don't know if I want to. I've heard a lot of like maybe I'll just watch it as a media thing, but my time is so limited these days that like I kind of had to force myself to take this weekend to.
I gotta watch it just for the context of Adam Driver going, so go back to the club. Like I gotta know why he says it like that.
Yeah. And I heard the director, what's his face?
Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah, he spent basically the entire time high.
Yeah, but just kind of based.
Yeah.
I remember reading like there was, before it came out, there's people that were like on set like talking shit about it, and like one of the things they were talking shit about was they were like, oh, like he had this whole like intricate like projector setup where he was projecting like images onto Adam Driver's face to do like an effect that we could have done in like 10 minutes with CGI. And I was like, first of all, you don't know the first thing about CGI because nothing like takes 10 minutes. Yeah, and I was like, and two, he's financing this fucking movie himself, and if Adam Driver was willing to lie there for 10 hours with shit projected onto him, fucking let him. Like, just do the like it's his fucking movie. Like,
yeah, I respect people for sticking with practical effects. I genuinely do.
He fucking sold his winery to finance his movie. He can fucking like project whatever the fuck he wants on Adam Driver. Like, you know,
yeah, he sold his winery, and then now the movie, like 5 people went to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, fuck it. He still made The Godfather, so he can still do whatever the fuck he wants. You know,
he can. He can. Guy's like 80. Let him make his shitty movies anyway. With I do know that Aubrey Plaza is in it, and I quite like her. So
me too. I love Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah. Anyways, my guy, it's like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or something where you are. No, it's more than that. It's like 7. I don't know. What time is it there?
Yeah. I gotta go to bed soon. I've been getting up at like 6 a.m. for the past like fucking like 3 months since my girlfriend moved in.
Sorry. You need to drop one of your billion jobs.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, but I was gonna say before you go, fucking go follow some black guy on Twitter, some BG, SOMEBG. He's the guy that does some of my favorite gay versions of songs. He's I believe comedy lies in the intersection of extreme skill with absolute retardation, and that's this dude. Like, he's like an incredible vocalist, So he just dubs over songs, singing them, but just with gay lyrics, and it makes me laugh like so much. Like he does like fucking Avenged Sevenfold and like Disturbed and shit. It actually sounds like the bands, but it's just gay lyrics.
That's fucking incredible.
He did one of Avenged Sevenfold that starts with "Can you fuck me in my ass in my mouth?" and the band actually liked it on Instagram.
Yeah,
I thought that was incredible.
That's fucking okay. Final thing, dad advice for our listeners. We haven't done
dad advice
in a little while. Drop one of your jobs so we can do this more because this is fun.
I need to. Trump is coming around you up and
tickle.
To buy as many guns and ammunition as possible.
Tickle.
To your local congressman ASAP.
This is a satirical podcast in nature. BR is not here to edit this one. And I don't care to. Just if you're listening to this and you're law enforcement, just know that we are shitposts, and if you take any of this seriously, you're a fucking retard. My dad advice: don't try and get other women pregnant if you have a significant other, especially a wife and loving children. Don't do that. It's really bad.
That's very good advice.
Yeah, don't do that. Maybe don't make a just a baby app account saying you got 9 women pregnant. Don't do that. That's really bad.